This is Numbers with Nicole with another 2 examples on solving multi-step trigonometry problems to find unknown lengths or angles. So we have this problem below. Please pause the video, read the problem, and then press play when you're ready to begin. So we have a person looking out their window, and what do they want to find? They want to find the height of this tree, the whole height of the tree. That way they can build a tree house in there. So I'm going to call this capital T to represent the height of my tree. I don't want to use H because typically H could mean height, meaning altitude, or H for hypotenuse. So I'm going to stray away from using H as my variable here. So T is what I want to find. All right. So this tree we are assuming is perpendicular to the ground. So this 20-degree measurement that's here, this is parallel to the ground. So that means that's at right angles to our tree. Okay, so I have 2 separate right triangles here that I'm going to look at. We'll use that color. Okay, green. So I'm going to look at this top one because I know if I need this top piece here, right, I can add that to the bottom part and that will give me T. So T is going to equal, I'm going to call this top part X, so I need to find X. And then in this other triangle, this purple triangle, right? We don't have letters, so I can't name it, right? Down here, I'm going to call that Y. So if I find X, the top part, and Y, add it to Y, the bottom part, I will have the total height of the tree, capital T is what I'm using. So again, I have 2 right triangles here that I'm going to use. So we have 41 degrees, a right angle, we have X, and we have 20 feet. And then we have our other triangle in purple. Okay, so here's Y, here's my right angle, we have our 20 feet, and we have an angle of decline of 31 degrees. Oop, that's 42 over there. 42, wrong color. Okay, that's okay though. All right, so let's look at what we have. So we have SOHCAHTOA as our acronym to remember our trigonometric ratios. I don't have 2 sides of either of these right triangles, so I cannot use Pythagorean theorem. I would also need 2 sides to use the similar triangles. So let's see what we have here. So I have opposite and adjacent, tangent again, tan 42 degrees equals the opposite x over 20. And when we solve this, we're going to get that x is 20 times the tangent of 42. Again, tangent sine and cosine have to be done on degree measures. So you cannot multiply 20 times that 42 and do the tangent of 840 or whatever you would get for that answer. Don't mind my mental math right now. So we have our reference angle of 31. In this triangle, have the opposite and the adjacent. So tangent of 31 equals my opposite y over my adjacent 20. Again, that 20 goes out in front, multiplied times the tangent of 31 equals y. And I know that my capital T, I want to add those 2 answers together. So we're going to just do that right in our calculator. 20 tangent 42. Let's not screw that up. And then add that to 20 tangent of 31. And I get 30. And did it want us to round to the nearest foot? So the tree would be 30 feet tall. So here's another example that we're going to do. In this one, it's a little bit different. We're going to be finding an angle here. So again, pause the video, try it on your own, see what you can get to, see if you can make a plan if you're not sure what to do and you don't want to do it all and do it wrong. So again, pause it, press play when you're ready to try this problem. All right, so multi-step. All right, we have a right angle, okay, perpendicular here. The screen, we don't hang the projection screen at an angle, so that will be perpendicular to the ground. And we're going to have 2 triangles here. So I'm going to have this really big triangle. Okay, but that angle is going to go all the way. That big angle there is not equal to theta. So I'm going to draw that really big triangle, and I'm going to call that angle A, that really big one. So this side that's opposite angle A, that would be 60 plus 12, which is 72. and 75 they gave us. So now if I'm still looking here, here's another right triangle. So that one's got a lower angle, smaller angle. B, 75. So I'm going to call that smaller angle angle B. That's just from here to here. And the opposite side of that is 12. So again, I'm looking for this theta piece right here. Okay, so how could I find that using what I'm given? Theta is just this little sliver right here. Okay, so if I do theta is angle A, the bigger one, minus angle B, the smaller one, then I can find that angle. So that means since we want an angle, we need to use the arc relationship. So, and let's figure out which arc relationship we need, arc cosine, or arc tangent. So here's my reference angle A. I have the opposite and the adjacent, so the tangent of angle A will equal 72 over 75. And if I look at the smaller orange triangle, I also have the opposite and adjacent, so tangent of B will be 12 over 75. So remember here, we cannot divide both sides by tangent. We have to use the arctan. So we know angle A will be the arctan of 72 over 75. And I'm going to take that answer and I'm going to subtract it from the tangent of B. Angle B will be the arctan, subtract it from the arctan of 12 over 75. And that answer is going to give me theta, which we are going to round to the nearest tenth. So I'm going to put this right in my calculator. So remember, I have to hit the second button, tangent. Make sure your calculator's in degree mode or you're going to get some weird answers. Okay, and from that, I'm going to subtract second tangent to get the arctan, 12 divided by 75. Enter 34.7 when we round to the nearest